Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect, here, live, once again, here on TalkShoe.com. Hope all y'all feeling this way. Hope you're feeling good on this hot Thursday evening. It's hot where I'm at, so... just hopefully you are in a nice, cool place, somewhere nice and, nice and warm, nice and cool and chilling out, which is the most important thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to get the volume at a very good. Make sure everyone can hear my voice, my lovely little voice here on the Audacity report, because hey, it's nicer, cleaner, and I can easily get this out. By the way, sharing this stuff on social media, see if I can get more people to come in. If you want to come in the live show, remember, ladies, the chat room is always on lock. You can put the stuff on in the chat room. And remember, the phone number always to connect me, Dukect, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444, and the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Man, now let's see. It's interesting. This Fancon issue seems to not be going away anytime soon. This Universal Fancon complete and total collapse. And you know what's interesting? Because this past week, Vulture brought an article by Elias Shapiro. It basically talks about the story of the huge collapse of Universal Fancon. If you want to hear some personal backstory, it was... you had some people behind the scenes here. You had the idea of the project that was late in 2016. Robert Butler, the founder of the Black Geeks podcast, it was a podcast and website. Jamie Broadnax, the founder of the podcast and website Black Girl Nerds, and they had a conversation about how they learned about a convention where diversity was the main draw. Not just the subject of single diversity. They wanted the whole thing. They wanted people of color, women, all the buzzwords, the social justice buzzword party, all these type of things, it's the you get black people, white black people, all minorities, people of color, disabled people, women, all the nice SJW buzzwords. And I thought, okay, let's make a convention of these. Let them have a convention. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's have that. Because, hey, if you want to have, because I see, there's a lot of, there's some brothers go to MagFest or Awesome Con or anything else. It'd be nice to say, hey, let's just have a black only convention or, place for minority. That's cool. I'm like, fine. And they want to do something really good. They want to do something that a lot of people wanted. They wanted to do something like that. And they started with a dream, a Kickstarter for gathering that would quote unquote integrate the spirit of an inclusive world into the fabric of the con itself. Reading from the article, by the way. Within a month, they raised over $56,000, doubling their initial goal of $25,000. And over the following months, they secured appearances by celebrities like Star Wars, Billy D. Williams, speakers like writer Roxanne Gay, and scheduled panels with the Hogwarts Black Student Union. Seriously, is the Harry Potter thing still? People just don't read anything else other than Harry Potter. I don't know. There's other books out there. Just saying. Let's see. Cosplay and non-canon bodies. Okay. Probably stuff from Roll 63 or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of weird places in the internet. But hey, I'm cool with that. Fine, you want to do all this type of stuff. I mean, hey, I'm cool with it. People who just did the Kickstarter were assured that the project was not just a geek event, but a movement. Ooh, yes, a movement. And then I love this part here. It says a year and a half later, the movement was looking more like the next Fire Festival. Only without the schadenfreude of watching rich Instagram influencers go to battle over ham, Saturday sandwiches. Which sadly, if you got, I gotta put the link in the description of what really happened during that that whole event. See, it wasn't the high, because honestly, it was a lot of people thought it was rich people. It wasn't rich people. There was like people who were making look. They got like 5,000, like 2,500 grand. Most people didn't pay. They paid 1,500, stuff like that. It was like, for a whole weekend, on a nice big island, you got all this people, stuff like that. That's good. 1,500, for just going to the other stuff. Some people pay only $500 for that. So there was like people who are normal people who got screwed over. So hey, So yeah, I'm not gonna go kick. I was one of the few people who did, the multiple people who made fun of the Fire Festival and such. But it was realized that it was normal people. The people, well, you got some rich assholes, but it wasn't all rich assholes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't all of them. Hashtag not all. Anyway, Universal Fancon. Anyway, back to the point. April 20th, a week before the FanCon was about to kick off and everything else, the vendors, volunteers, the Kickstarter battle were ready with weekend. People were talking. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be great. Then, a week before, they said the event was postponed. I'm like, what? And then, later on, pretty much said it's pretty much been canceled. And everyone doesn't know what happened about this. And, people wanted their money back, and they were believing those refunds would never come. Many suspected the project was some sort of scam. An email to me, Roxanne Gang accused the organizers of willful delusion and, this is a good word, malfeasance. I gotta look that up. Malfeasance, let's see. Wrongdoing, especially that's a good word. That's a good word. I gotta try to. That's something right out of the Word of Day calendar from Vince McMahon, isn't it? Malfeasance. I'm surprised that hasn't come up in WWE and such. Trust me, there's some malfeasance going on, just saying. That's going to come up like in 2-3 weeks' time. You're going to see, because, WWE, for what else, they do with these big words that they try to make themselves seem smart. It's so cute. It's so delusional. So anyway. And Roxanne Gang was up to a week before they canceled the con, she wrote, they were communicating with me and supposed to make arrangements while we now know the Emperor has no clothes. Exactly. The big thing was the crowning moment was when Black nerd icon LeVar Burton, guy behind Reading Rainbow, which by the way has a new series on Netflix. I need to check that out. And Star Trek. Joined the growing course of reprisal. It says, as an early supporter, I am extremely distressed and disappointed by the shit show that Universal Fancon has become. I think on Twitter. It says, it recalls like, oh God, thinking that you learned Burton's tweet, that's bad. Yeah, that is. And you think it is. But then the nightmare doesn't stop there. It says that writers for Black Widows are resigning out of protest over Runx, involvement with FanCon, and Runx has temporarily stepped down for a post as editor-in-chief as a site. Butler, meanwhile, says that an investigator for the Maryland Attorney General has reached out to him about consumer possession claims, although many on Twitter have speculated that the organizers profited from this disaster. Butler said that he and several other co-founders collectively sank more than $300,000 of their own money into the convention, money that they'll never recover. In the recent weeks, people are saying about how all this stuff happened, and we got to this point. It says, but here it is. One thing here, and I will put this right here, and this you will see this back in the video podcast form, ladies and gentlemen. You will see this right here, this full on podcast, the full on thing here. What he said here, it says, In recent weeks, the team behind the event has been grappling with how it fell apart. According to their accounts, there were simply well-tested idealists who took on a project that provided too big for them to handle and failed to call off until it was too late. It was hubris, said Butler in his own interview discussing the implosion. Hubris, and he went on to suggest a surprising lack of enthusiasm for diversity among fans. Said, quote, if more fans had bought tickets, the whole debacle could have been avoided. Oh, wow. And it gets better. It says, I should have known better, but I let my belief in this non-existent community blind me. Personal responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. Do people have that anymore? I just want to know, because I want to ask this question, because look at that. This is this right here. Saying you didn't even, first off, I'm going to say this right now. I barely heard anything about only reason I knew about Universal Fancon was because of people I know who were tweeting about it and everything else. Affiliates and things like that. Talking about it. Guys, the 3 Black Geeks. Really cool people who are, oh my gosh, they're funny as hell. I just recently did a spoilerific Avengers Infinity War podcast. 3 hours, by the way. I'll put the link in the description, because they really do need, because honestly, those guys really do. Seriously, I really should just talk to them for a while. Just give them an air of grievances on this and just have them go all out of Universal Fancon. But yeah, they were affiliates and they were trying to do everything they can to support it. But the fighting affiliates, I didn't see anything about posts. I barely saw anything on like going to other conventions or anything else. They just thought that they had a lot of Twitter followers and those Twitter followers were equal to money and equal to everything else. No. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to toot my home phone. I have over 500 people following me on Twitter. I was like, hey, I got over 500 people following me on Twitter, and that's nice. Views don't really reflect, YouTube views don't reflect that. I mean, same thing. I got over 1,000 people subscribed to me on YouTube. I don't expect every single person who subscribed to me over the years is going to automatically watch my videos. Well, mainly because, one, YouTube doesn't know what to, first off, you have to click the damn bell to make sure you know your videos that exist or what have you. Thanks again, that'd be nice. That'd be really, really nice. Really nice of you to just say, if you're subscribed to someone, that's not spam. Just say that, because I don't know what YouTube is anymore. And if everyone subscribed to my videos watch, it doesn't guarantee them when I go to an event, they're going to go and watch it. And are actually going to be like a meetup and they're going to go meet me. That's not an automatic guarantee. You can have all the Twitter followers, you can have all the people in the world subscribe and follow you. Does not automatically guarantee them going to this convention or going to an event. Right? I mean, it's not, people think this, you're automatically guaranteed. You're not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed this. And this arrogance and this is someone I follow on Twitter, by the way, until he just basically went ghost. And it is, not really surprising. He went ghost. He went ghost because, all this stuff with the fan. It's just that, to hear him say that, while other people who did go to this FanCon convention from out of the country, from other people who had spent money and vendors, that statement right there, and there's over in the video podcast and such, this statement is a slap to the face to anyone who was affiliated to Universal Fancon, who actually were pointed to panels or vendors or anything else. That's a slap in the goddamn face. That is like, no personal responsibility. And the one thing they always said, this is an article 2, and it continues on. It says, don't book a convention center for your first year. They said that. In fact, Tree Doran, who writes extensive about world conventions, his website Nerd and Tie, says, "No, don't book a convention first year." He said, and he actually is a co-founder of his own independent convention, No Brand Con, Wisconsin's largest running anime con. He says, with that Kickstarter money, they could have successfully run a successful convention out of a hotel. I mean, how MagFest still does that. And I honestly think MagFest right now could do a convention. I think they're big enough. And I'll say this right now. They could do a DC. They can go into, I honestly think MagFest is big enough to do a convention center. If I hear like a year from now, 2 years from now, they say they're going to move to a convention center, I believe it. I will believe that MagFest has got that much from the high to a convention center in DC or Maryland or whatever. I'm like, you know what? I think they've gotten enough of an audience, enough of people to do something like this. They could do something like that. You could do a convention out of hotels, and you could still make at least some kind of money. You know, that sort of thing. You know, because he said it right here. It says, I can think of so many failed conventions that crashed and burned before they ever opened the doors because they said, let's book at a convention center. They couldn't get the money together. They can't get the stuff here. And you know, and I always said about this here, Butler says, we were in the bubble of social media. Our critical mistake are the size and scope where we believe our combined tens of thousands of Twitter followers will actually come out and support us. I talked about this earlier. And again, this is something they should have realized from day one. At best, maybe 1/4, maybe 1/3 or fourth, more often than not, to some first con, probably only 1/5 of your followers will probably go in through. So the best thing you have to do is start small. Start small, and then you build up and say, hey, this gets good. It gets word of mouth, and you don't build up. You don't do this type of stuff. You don't think this. You know, I'm gonna say this, and I feel like I'm repeating myself. Is that the arrogance and hubris these guys had, and now they're just sitting here blaming the fans and such. No responsibility, no type of no, and I mean no type of just, you know, all I ask, ladies and gentlemen, is if you make a mistake, you come forward to it. I've done it. Most people I guarantee you listen to have done it. When you make a mistake, big, small, and just come out and say, don't tap there and say this motherfucker. No, just say I made this mistake. It is on me, and they didn't. They blame the fans. They blame everything else. But at the end of the day, it's them. The people behind this was responsible. Saying his advisor, Butler continues to say, quote, Butler says his advisors assured him that ticket sales will improve as the date get closer. And that's how many tickets they sold. By the start of 2018, 169. 169 tickets. Meanwhile, they have all this, fees for celebrity guests like Supergirl's McKay Brooks, American Gods Ricky Whittle, airline tickets for anime stars from Japan. Yeah, and even when you had type of sponsorships by Sci-Fi Wire and such, they still couldn't do anything. The organizers have a room, hundreds of rooms and guests for volunteers, and not the hotel wanted to pay up. And the organizers said, by the way, this right here, the article says, again, they said, Bornax got an email, April 19th, Bornax got an email from the Hyatt that shook her faith in the project once and for all. The organizations have reserved hundreds of rooms for guests and volunteers, and now the hotel wanted to pay up. And the organizers didn't hand them over more than $70,000 by the end of the following day. They'll lose the rooms. In a panic, Bronix called FAM, one of the Thai FAM, logistics specialist, and worked on the largest anime con in North America, the Anime Exo. He called them and said she called him and said, explained that this was the least of the problems. They still owe over $400,000 to various contractors, and they said they wanted to go ahead with the convention no matter what, even if it met one guy, two guys stepping in an empty convention hall. Wow, that is sad. That would have been, people want to make fun of Kilroy and such. That would have been even more of a sadder sight, that they built all this space just for like only 169 people. At least Kilroy actually happened. At least they actually did the hotel stuff, ladies and gentlemen. That's how sad it is. And also another bonus point for Kilroy. Kilroy actually happened. I know I'm repeating myself when I talked about, but still, come on, man. This article, man, just look at this. It's just, these people did not know what they were doing. Arrogance and hubris, right here. That is leads today here. A positive entry, a positive ending, ladies and gentlemen. There was a positive ending here. WikiMonoCon was a last-minute pop-up event called WikiMonoCon event and such that did salvage some of this people who actually did such vendors, but they still lost a ton of money. They still lost this type of money. And I sit here, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, wow, man. And all this, they can't, and the lack of responsibility from Robert Butler and everything, all the people behind it is just just disrespectful. It is disrespectful. And yet, Universal Fancon, this right here, visit Baltimore. This thing, I gotta put this up. That says right there, this banner. Oh gosh, I wonder who put that. That is just welcome Universal Fancon right there. That is just support the guy just walked drove to Baltimore, drove past the empty convention center with a sad banner outside saying welcome Universal Fancon. Oh wow. Oh, that's just because this is still priceless, ladies and gentlemen, after weeks later. But to be fair, in the interest of fairness, there are some other stuff that happened here. But yet there was a clarification. Not 169 tickets by 2018. By mid-March, the ticket sales rose from 169 tickets to 1,700. That's pretty much it, but not enough. Ladies, it wasn't even close to enough to actually pray back here. So it's going to be 1,700 people. Which, if they would have had that at a hotel, that would have been fine. That would have been a great first start. Not a convention center. Like I said, a convention like MagFest could pull this off because they have gotten proven themselves that they have gotten over multiple people in their conventions and all the stuff that keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I would not be surprised in the next 2 or 3 years if they're smart and the people behind Mag are smart, they will try to do a convention center style event. Hopefully close to DC so I don't have to leave and spend money on a hotel room. That would be actually pretty nice. Oh, yes. It's all about self at the end of the day. But other than that, though, FanCon, it was a complete and total, just a complete and total mess. And quite just, and the lack, ladies and gentlemen, of just any type of personal responsibility really hurt this type of it hurts, that's what it hurts because once you once you have this type of stuff here, man. Again, I look at that tweet, man. Not a tweet, but this that statement, this statement right here and you see it again. Like, I mean, how can you say that? Saying if more fans bought tickets, this whole debate. Like, who are you? Who the hell who you think you are, man? You ain't no big shot. You think you're a big shot, but you're not. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that subject, man. I get a little heated. I'm getting a little heated, man. I'm getting a little hot right now, man. I'm just pissed off at a lot of people who didn't deserve this type of stuff, man. Anyway, I'm gonna take a small break to cool myself down. I'm gonna drink some water or something like that. But anyway, we're gonna play some music. Let's play some. You know what? How about Super Mario World: The Moon of Bowser by N4L4? This is from OCRemix.com. Hope you enjoy it, because I think you guys will, because you love OC Remix. I do as well. Go to their website, download the song, go support their Patreon. They actually make some really cool music. Anyway, it's Dukect. We'll be right back, and when we return, I'm going to be talking about something, more lighter and such. WWE and stagnation. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about that as well. Because, hey, remember, this show not only is live, but also video format, ladies and gentlemen. You can see this on youtube.com/Dukect, bitchute.com, and on Freaking Awesome Network, and on manexpression.com. We'll be right back right after this here live on talkshoe.com. This is the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back right after this. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Dukect Lounge. Everybody here. Everybody, hopefully you're having a good time. Hope you're having a nice, safe time. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is something that, best to do. When you listen to Dukect Lounge, you are having a good time. So that's pretty much a guarantee. So anyway, if you are, live, if you are here live, remember. Oh, we got Law Fan here. What's up? How you doing? Remember, chat room's on lockdown. I have a chat room right there. If you want to come in, chat, say what's up. Remember, if you want to call into the show and have some random fun, remember, the phone number is 724-444-7444. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. And the number 724-444-7444. Yeah, I messed that up a bit. But once again, the phone number to connect to me, Dukect, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID connecting me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. And if you're on, you can download the Shoe phone. You connect to that, and you can just talk in right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Whoa. Anyway, hope you like the WWE, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to talk a little about it. We're going to talk about, one thing the WWE is such. It's basically pretty much, what the WWE is right now is stagnant. And it has been stagnant for so long now. In fact, I have talked about this. And since Backlash, a lot of people have been listening to forums and such, mainly on freaking Awesome Network forums, is that they see the same problem is stagnation. They see it with Roman Reigns. They see it with the characters of what's going on with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. They see it with the New Day. They see it with a bit of Braun Strowman. They see it with Finn Balor. They see it, with characters and stuff. Hell, Kevin Owens. They see it with him. They're seeing that these guys and gals, Becky and Sasha and all these other stuff, they see it because they are just, these characters are on this hamster wheel and they haven't moved fast. Heck, is Bayley and Sasha feuding? Yes or no? Is it blowing up? We don't know. We don't know yet, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing. It's something that a lot of people have been talking about for years. Is a stagnation. Why is WWE stagnant? How did it get to this position? Well, I think the reason why I believe this becomes stagnant is because they are relying there's nothing that's pushing them to not become stagnant. That's one of the main reasons right now. It's because they don't have any type of competition. What took WWE to basically start kicking ass back in the 80s? Multiple territory systems. And then, after the territory system down, it was WCW. WCW, WF, fought over the ratings and everything else, and built that type of rivalry to make sure to push themselves better. They had ideas, some flopped, some didn't, and the good stuff was rewarded with cheers and money and all that stuff, and the stuff was forgotten about in the time. Stuff like the brothel world, WWE just kept pushing that over and over again because, hey, why not? Because, well, they knew what's better. But yeah, it's this the feeling of staleness because again, there's no good competition. Oh, they'll say competition in other medians and such, and I honestly wish WWE should see that. But right now, well, they don't need to. They're making so much money right now to be in this position, to be here. You see the huge money of the Saudi deal. They just did. Now they're gonna do not just the Greatest Royal Rumble, which I will be reviewing, at the classes and such. Hopefully I pass. Cross fingers, everyone. And not just that, ladies and gentlemen, is that they're going to do more shows and they're doing all this TV deals. They're going to look like they might make some money off the TV deal, which it might be going to Fox and everything. Maybe that's the reason why they're standing, because they don't know what they're going to be doing now. Like, what is their show? What are they going to do? But yeah, that's the thing, is that the WWE and everything else. Oh, we got Young God here. Hopefully you'll stay around here. But yeah, it's this whole, the WWE is stagnant because of this situation. Of that they don't really need to change. They see their huge business practices. They're like, you know what? Why should we change? Why should we continue to grow if, we can keep getting money and everything else? The same type of thing that brings them down. After all, they may over, they have, at least I think the last I checked, they have over 1 million, 2 million people on the WWE network. And they're saying, yeah, we're happy, we're good. And that's the real issue, is that they don't need to change because there's nowhere to force them to. And heck, even if they did, they have multiple people in mass like they did with Roman Reigns leaving. They left. Roman Reigns, they rolled out. They like, oh man, screw you, Roman Reigns and everything else. That sort of thing. Screw that, man. We ain't gonna leave. We're gonna leave and everything. I'm like, no, fine. They got your money. And even then, and heck, even if the people they didn't show up in most of these events, and they're still not, empty arenas and such. What is that? Even then, they're not gonna change path because Vince McMahon is so stubborn in his ways. And I honestly think you could have all the mystery, and I could do the same thing, booking and everything else. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Until Vince McMahon sees something, change or something, the story will continue to grow. You can have some freedom, but majority of not. It's just that people will stay in their positions because that's what they have. They're all stagnant. Because there's no real point for them to actually change. None whatsoever. But the good news, I think, is coming of the XFL. Since Vince is going to put more of his, his more attention to that, he's going to leave most of it to Triple H. And look, I think NXT has its issues. I think their matches are way too long and over bloated, and they need to stop, because I don't think long matches does not equal. And by the way, we didn't get into one day a discussion. I want to one day we can do that. There's a discussion that what made the internet make internet think that long matches equal 5-star matches, and spots and all the crazy stuff equals something great. No, it doesn't make good. I mean, heck, I remember most Goldberg matches are more interesting and compelling than anything, and got people excited and got people more up like, holy crap, this is amazing, than anything that any of the cruiserweights at 205 Live do. They had to do a crazy spot to get over, but yet Goldberg just speared someone, clothesline, spear, kick, and then does does his finishing move, and boom, that was it. And people love that. So that was it, man. That's how you do this stuff, man. That's just, to me, sad. How the WWE fan base does not care about these things. That doesn't care about this stuff. The WWE fan base doesn't care about short matches nowadays. It look like, oh, they're jobbing this person. We use that term way too much. And I think, I'm trying to unlearn to be a smart, because, man, it has become so tedious to be one. I'm like, I want to just be like one of those cool wrestling fans again. Just go up and watch a show. And, man, it's frustrating to actually sit and actually want to watch a show and do all this type of stuff. And you see this, negativity. I'm like, man, this was good stuff. And then I go online, all of the negativity. And I sometimes participate myself, but sometimes, man, it's just, I feel like, I look like, man, we act like, again, it seems like the same thing what's going on with this FanCon stuff. It's like, you think that this stuff is going to be this big vocal minority, and it's not really a big vocal minority. It's a small minority, a vocal minority that think this is going to be great. Like, if you push John this, that, and the other, everything will be fine. Like a Johnny Gargano, this, that, the other, all this type of thing. Like, everything will be just fine. But there's no stories. There's no reason to care about it. The reason why Johnny Gargano and Ciampa worked was because there was actually a story. There was actually something. There was actually consequences. Everything around it. And that's what is missing. There's no story. There's no, why is this match happening? Why are they fighting? Why? Give me a reason why they're fighting instead of these random matches. Oh, this could be a 5-star match. I don't care about 5-star matches anymore. I don't. I want a reason. I want a reason to care about the damn match, all right? And until we get that reason to care about the matches, and that's the solution right there if you want to stop the stagnation. Give these wrestlers characters and give them reasons why to watch matches. And just to be sure, just because you have a championship or anything else, if you don't have a title, does not automatically mean you're going to have to be a baby face, like a baby face. They can feud for other things, something, anything, something, anything, pride, and someone making fun of them, or something, anything. Just give them a reason to fight in that ring. Give them a reason. And that will stop the stagnation. A reason for these wrestlers, these men and women, to actually be fighting. Because if you don't have a real reason, you can just basically play. I can sit back and just put up WWE No Mercy and have our a day of reckoning and just do the same stuff they're doing right now in the video game format. So why should I care about what the WWE or the live action stuff here? Why should I care about 15, 20, or 30-minute matches that at the end of the day means absolutely nothing? Give me characters. Give me storylines. Give me something to basically something, a reason for this to happen. And if you want to have something positive, you have something like, okay, we're going to do something positive here. We're going to do something interesting. Don't like try to half-ass it, or just try to, and have a clear beginning, middle, and end. For all too long, we have we have a beginning, somewhere in the middle, and a crappy ending. Fix that. That should be fixed immediately. Well, that was a fun podcast. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for being around here. This has been the Dukect Lounge. We will send this every Thursday night here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me tell you, it's fun to be here, and it's fun to be heard. Remember, if you can't catch the live show, you can hear this not just on iTunes. You can also find this on YouTube, YouTube.com, BitChute, and Man Expression, and the Freaking Awesome Network and such. So, anyway, thanks so much for listening. And this is Dukect here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.